shit, man. What the fucking treat me with respect? Yeah, man, me too, motherfucker. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. I'm not
All right, we are back in the record at 12:11. Mr. Spees, are you ready to continue?
I'm ready, and it's Dr. Spees, please.
Okay.
I went to 10 years of school for that.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Separate.
No, just.
Oh, they're together, they're stapled, I see.
You got this stapled, is that?
They're two different pages. They look the same, but they're.
Oh.
That's how it got. So.
Just as one exhibit.
Yeah, one exhibit.
May I
Fine.
hand that to the witness?
Yes, please.
That's exhibit 3.
Dr. Spees, you've just been handed deposition exhibit 3. Do you recognize exhibit 3?
Yes.
It's exhibit 3, a series of photographs of the sign you were discussing earlier that you brought to the April 20th, 2022 Board of County Commissioners meeting.
Yeah.
Earlier today, you described the sign as being, I believe, stapled to a piece of wood. Can you see the wood in exhibit 3?
Yes.
How long would you estimate that piece of wood is?
Under 3 feet.
In your third amended complaint, you allege that earlier in the day on April the 20th, you were standing outside of the courthouse with that sign. Is that accurate?
I stood on the corner of the street there,
By the courthouse?
by the courthouse.
During what period of the day were you standing on the corner by the courthouse with that sign?
Afternoon.
Are you able to estimate for me how many hours you were standing there?
I don't recall how long I was there that day. It varied.
Did you go directly from standing on the corner to the meeting?
Yes.
At any point while you were standing on the corner with your sign, did you see any Douglas County Sheriff's deputies?
Not that I recall.
Did you see Sheriff Armbrister?
No.
Did any interactions of any kind with Sheriff Armbrister or any deputy while you were standing on the corner with the sign before you went to the meeting?
No. The first interaction I ever had with Armbrister was when he approached me in the meeting. It's the first time I ever talked to him.
Sitting here today, do you have any facts or information that would suggest Sheriff Armbrister was aware you had been standing outside with your sign before the meeting?
No.
I believe you testified earlier that you entered the room where the meeting was happening around 5:20 p.m. Is that accurate?
Say that again.
I believe you testified it was at approximately 5:20 that you entered the room where the commission meeting was happening on April the 20th. Does that sound right?
That's what I said earlier.
How many people were in the room when you entered, to the best of your memory?
At least 15, maybe 20, 15 to 20.
Was Sheriff Armbrister already in the room when you entered?
Yes.
Where was he located when you entered?
He was located The meeting room setup has changed since then, but at the time when you walk in, there was like a wood fence area, I guess you'd call it. And he was on the other side of that, which is on the side of where the commission table is. And on the other side of that is the gallery. It was where people would sit to participate in the meeting.
Was Deputy Cruzel in the room when you entered?
Yes.
Where was he located?
He was in the corner beyond where Armbruster was standing, so to the right of where the commissioners were sitting at their table, just to the right of them.
When you entered, were there any other members of the Douglas County Sheriff's Office there besides Sheriff Armbruster and Deputy Cruzel?
I believe Wold was off on the other side there. There's a door that they go in and out of. I believe he was over there, Deputy Wold.
Anybody other than those three?
Not that I recall. Coleman might have been to the left of me. I believe he was.
From the time you entered the room until the time that Sheriff Armbruster spoke to you while you were signing up for public comment, did any of the law enforcement officers say anything to you?
No. Well, so you're saying the first law enforcement officer to speak to me was Armbruster?
I'm asking if anybody spoke to you before Armbruster.
No, not law enforcement.
Was the first thing you did when you entered the room walk to the front to sign up for public comment?
Well, it's. I disagree with how you say that, but the first thing I did was walk over to sign up where the sign-up sheet was.
Okay. Did you talk to anybody before you walked to the sign-up sheet?
No,
Did anybody say anything to you?
not that I recall.
Okay. If I understood your testimony earlier, as you were at the sign-up sheet, Sheriff Armbruster told you that you couldn't be in there with that sign. Is that right?
That's not
Objective
right.
form.
That's not right.
Okay, what did he say?
Objective form.
It's not what he said. It's that as I was walking up to the sign-up sheet is when he approached me, not while I was at there. He approached me while I was walking up there and then continued to talk while I was at the sign-up sheet.
And was the first thing he said when he approached you that you couldn't be there with that sign?
That's right.
And your response was, oh, wow, why is that?
That's right.
And then he said it's got cuss words on it.
That's right.
And then you said, horse shit it does.
Right.
And then he said, okay then.
Right.
And did he then go back to where he had been sitting?
No.
Was that the last thing he said to you was okay then?
Last thing in terms of what? Like for the day? No, he said other things to me
Was that the last thing he said as part of that initial?
before he arrested me.
Yeah.
Well, he said other things to me before he arrested me.
Okay. Was that the last thing he said before you took your seat?
Yes.
And have we now talked about everything you said to him and he said to you before you took your seat?
Yes.
To your knowledge, was
Well, no, no. I had said that I recognize that he was wrong to say that I couldn't be in there with the sign, and so I had said I pointed out that he was wrong and he was crossing a line. What he was doing wasn't right.
And do you remember specifically what you said?
I said that he can't do what he's doing. I'm allowed to have the sign in here.
And did he respond to that?
Did he respond to that?
Yes.
He was talking to the commissioners, so no.
Okay, with the addition that you told him he was crossing a line, we now talked about everything that you said to him and that he said to you before you took your seat?
Yes.
There is a video of a portion of your interaction with Sheriff Armbrister at the period where you're arrested that somebody in the audience took. Have you seen that, sir?
Could you have it so I could look at it, know what you're talking about specifically?
We can get there, sure. Do you have a memory of looking at a video like that?
I don't know if we're talking about the same video is my thing.
Okay. Have you ever seen any video recording of the discussion that we just talked about between you and Sheriff Armbrister while you were walking to the podium to sign up for public comment?
No.
Sitting here today, do you have any knowledge of anybody recording that part of the conversation?
No.
Okay. During this part of the conversation that we're talking about, you were able to recognize the person you were talking to as Sheriff Armbrister, right?
You know, like I said, I had never interacted with the guy before. I'd never talked to him, and he was wearing a dang mask. And he wasn't in a uniform. So initially, not really. No.
Did you at some point during the conversation recognize that it was Sheriff
That I
Armbrister?
realized it was him. Yes.
When did you recognize it was him?
Like after he said that you can't be in here with this sign. So he was already close. He got closer to me at that point.
By the time you took your seat, you knew that the person you'd been talking to was Sheriff Armbrister.
I knew the person that approached me was Sheriff Armbrister.
Okay. If I understood what you were saying earlier, your comment to Sheriff, or your comment about Sheriff Armbrister being a pussy for wearing a mask happened while you were seated in the front row, is that right?
That's right.
Where was Sheriff Armbrister at that time?
Standing in the back of the room.
And when you said that to Sheriff Armbrister, did he respond to you?
Yeah.
Did he say something to the effect of, my face, my choice?
Something like that.
Okay. And did you respond to that statement?
The only thing that I had said was what I said earlier in here.
I believe there was testimony at another deposition that you responded something to the effect of, you didn't give a fuck about my face when it was my choice. Does that refresh your memory at all?
What deposition is that from?
Sheriff Armbrister's.
Sheriff Armbrister said that?
Yeah, Sheriff Armbrister testified that that was how you responded.
Well, that wasn't necessarily directed at him. The county commission had also put in their mask mandates during COVID as well that I had taken issue with as well. So I was generally saying that.
So you did say, not directed at Sheriff Armbrister, but generally you said you didn't give a fuck about my face when it was my choice?
To that effect, yeah.
Okay. And was that before or after Mr. Allman spoke to you?
Before.
This one. You've just been handed what was marked at a previous deposition as Plaintiff's Exhibit 7. Do you recognize Plaintiff's Exhibit 7?
No. Nope.
Okay. I want to direct your attention to the first page of the exhibit. Do you, does the first page appear to show a still shot or a picture of you, sir?
It does.
And you're, at that point, holding the sign that we previously discussed, is that right?
That's right.
And you're seated in the front row of the commission room?
That's right.
And does the picture we're looking at on the first page, does that appear to come from the April 20th, 2022 meeting?
It does.
Okay. And are you able to see Mr. Ullman on the first page?
Yes.
And see the gentleman in the row directly behind you?
Wearing a mask, yeah.
Okay. And it looks like in the top picture there, he maybe has his hand out. You see that?
It could be.
Do you have a memory of what was happening at the time of this picture, or either of these pictures on the front page?
That I was turning around to see who was saying something.
Okay. And I believe you testified earlier that at some point you said out loud, "I don't give a fuck what you think about me." Do you
That's
remember
right.
that?
Yep.
And did you say that before or after you turned around?
Before.
At the time you said that, do you believe that the volume of your voice was loud enough that other people in the crowd would have been able to hear you say that?
Objective form.
Well, I mean, when you're talking in there, people can hear you.
Okay.
It's just a normal conversational voice.
Do you believe at the time that you spoke to Mr. Ullman that you used the phrase motherfucker?
To Allman?
Yes.
Not that I recall.
Okay. Just so that I have it, can you tell me to the best you can recall exactly what you said to Mr. Ullman?
Objective form.
Well, what I had said is, the only thing that I had said was, I don't give a fuck what you think of me. And that was just kind of a general comment.
Okay. And after that happened, Sheriff Armbrister approached you, correct?
After what happened?
At some point after you said, "I don't give a fuck what you think of me."
Well, it's after I turned around there. Yeah.
Okay. And have you already provided, to the best you remember, everything that Sheriff Armbrister said to you while you were seated in that row?
Have I already said everything that he said
Right.
up until this point in time right here?
I mean, have you told me everything he said from the time that he approached you while you were seated through the time that you were taken out of the room?
I've told you everything that you've asked me about.
Okay. Is there anything that Sheriff Armbrister said to you from the time he approached you while you were seated there until the time you left the room that you haven't told us about yet?
Objective form.
Yeah.
Okay, what else did he say?
From what time period again?
From the time that he approached you while you were seated through the time that you left the commission room?
Well, I left under arrest of them. Well, going into an arrest. I was forced out of there. But one of the things that he said to me on the way out is, I want you to treat people with fucking respect.
I want my shit, man. I want you to fucking treat people with respect.
Okay. Anything else you can remember that he said to you during that time period that you haven't told us about?
You got the video? We could pull it up, probably take a look at it.
Well, I'm asking what you can remember right now, sir.
Objective form.
Yeah, that's all he said.
Okay. I believe you testified earlier that as the officers were taking you out of the room, and then what I want to clarify about is, did one or did both of the officers put you in an arm bar?
Armbrister and Crutzel, yeah.
They both did?
Yeah.
Describe for me, when you use the word arm bar, what you mean.
Manipulating my wrists and my arm and my shoulder behind my back to control my movements.
Okay.
For what? I want my shit. I want my shit, man. What, you fucking treat people with respect? Yeah, man, me too, motherfucker.
As evidence in the video footage. And Armbrister said it as well in his deposition.
After you exited the commission room, and were you placed in handcuffs in sort of the chamber just outside the commission room?
I was.
And did Sheriff Armbrister say anything to you while you were out there?
No.
Did Deputy Cruisel say anything to you while you were out there?
No.
Was there anybody else out there?
Yep.
Who else was out there?
Wold.
Okay, and did Wolt say anything?
Yep.
What did Wolt say?
Stop resisting.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Did you say anything to any of the deputies while you were out there?
To the deputies?
Yeah.
No.
Did you say anything to
Oh,
anybody?
I said I'm not resisting.
Okay.
I said I'm not resisting.
Anything else?
I was saying something, but not to the deputies.
What were you saying?
Well, you know how I just said that Armbrister said to me, I want you to treat people with fucking respect. I said, me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Said it 7 times as well.
Okay.
Yeah, man, me too, motherfucker. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. I'm not resisting.
Did you say me too, motherfucker?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else you can remember saying out there?
No.
Did you go from after you were handcuffed, did you go to the detention center?
What is that?
Well, let me ask you this. Where did you go after you were handcuffed?
So Crutzel took me over across from the courthouse is the Judicial and Law Enforcement Center. He took me in through there and then placed me in a patrol car.
Okay. And where did he take you from there?
Jail.
Okay. And at what point did Deputy Cruisel leave your presence? When you got to jail?
I believe is once I was, so when you pull in there to the Sally Port, he was with me. He was with me when the Douglas County deputies came out to take me captive into the jail. And I believe at that point, once I entered from the Sally Port into the jail is it. He might have lingered around there a little bit inside the jail, but that was, as far as I remember, was the last.
And did you bond out?
I did.
How long were you in jail?
Three hours, 3 to 4 hours.
Where did you go after you bonded out?
As far as I recall, I went back to my house.
How did you get there?
I had someone give me a ride.
Do you remember who gave you a ride?
I don't recall.
Okay. I believe you testified earlier that at some point Deputy Cruisel told you that the commission had told Sheriff Armbrister to get you out before the meeting started. Is
That's
that
right.
correct?
Yep.
When did he tell you that?
When we pulled into the Sally Port at the garage, or at the jail, what I mean by that is when you go to the Douglas County Jail, you pull up there and they open up a garage door and the deputies pull in there and they shut the garage door, and he got me out of the cruiser, and as we're standing there in the Sally Port, he says that to me. And that's when he said that to me.
And did you say anything in response to that?
I said, well, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to get. And meaning that his body cam, Kreuzel's body cam,
Okay.
from him saying that.
And did he say anything else to you?
Not that I recall.
Okay. During the period after you were put in handcuffs and then taken to the patrol car and then taken to the jail, did Deputy Kreuzel say anything else to you?
Yeah, he did.
What else did he say?
He said, don't you got court tomorrow? And I said, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anything else that you can remember him saying to you, other than what you've told me?
Not that I recall.
When Deputy Kreuzel told you that the commissioners had told Sheriff Armbruster to get you out before the meeting started, had you guys been having a conversation, or did he just say that out of the blue?
Not that I recall.
You don't recall him saying anything else to you prior to telling you that Sheriff Armbruster, or that the BOCC had told Sheriff Armbruster to get you out before the meeting started?
Yeah, it was out of the blue.
Okay. Is it true that the state agreed to dismiss the charges against you associated with the April 20th, 2022 arrest as part of a plea agreement involving a different matter?
Well, I think that mischaracterizes. It wasn't charges. It was a disorderly conduct charge. Just the one charge. There wasn't charges.
I didn't ask you before I took over. Is your phone recording right now?
No?
Okay.
Is yours?
No. I want to shift to talking about the May 1.
Is Armbruster's phone recording right now?
I have no knowledge of that, sir, but
Can we find out?
he's saying no.
What did he say?
He said no.
I didn't hear him say anything.
No.
That wasn't so hard.
I want to talk to you about the May 1, 2024 arrest.
Okay.
I think he actually answered your question. He changed it to charges. Or at least
Oh,
I didn't
hold,
hear your
hold
answer.
it, you're not doing the deposition, so let Andrew do it, that's,
Okay, so yeah, that's a fair point. Is it true that? Well, let me just do it.
Are they allowed to do that? She just did his job for him. She did. That don't seem fair, man. It's. Is she representing Armbruster?
Mark that as Depot Exhibit 4, please. Do you recognize Exhibit 4?
You say 4 or 5?
I said 4, but am I mistaken? It's
Is it 4?
We didn't mark this one as a new
it was
exhibit.
previously marked, so I didn't.
Previously,
Yeah,
so that's
Chris.
4.
Well, if you use an exhibit, we need to mark it in this deposition, so we can identify it.
Previously, he identified it on the record as 7 from the prior.
Okay, I'd like to talk to Andrew. Can we mark whatever Exhibit 7, since it's been used here as Exhibit 4 in this case, so I'll know.
Why don't we do it
sequential-
as Exhibit 5 since Exhibit 4 sticker's already on this other one? But
So this
I-
would be,
We'll call that one Exhibit, that's Exhibit 4. We'll call the one you're holding Exhibit 5.
okay,
That work for you?
I guess. So the plea agreement's 4.
Yes.
So just so the record's clear, the discussion previously with Exhibit 7, it's now going to be marked as Exhibit 5.
Right. Put it next to it, maybe. Do you recognize Exhibit 4?
Is is 2A, is that case number, what is that case number in reference to?
Well, sir, I can't tell you the answer to that. My question is simply, do you recognize Exhibit 4?
If that's that case number.
Does your signature appear on the second page of Exhibit 4?
Yes.
And is Exhibit 4 a true and accurate copy of a plea agreement that you entered into in case number 21 CR 1092?
Yes.
All right. Want to shift gears back to the May 1st, 2024 arrest.
Stand by.
You waiting on the sheriff to get here? Is that what's going on here? You waiting on
It's not just part of the news, it's all of the news. Excuse me, could I get this moved just for a minute?
There's no law being broken. There
Okay.
is no law being broken.
So,
There is no law being
Mr. Spees and Mr. Irving,
There is no law
what I'm
being
gonna
broken.
ask, listen, what I'm gonna ask is that you just move down a ways.
No, we're okay, thank you. We
Okay,
decline.
well, here's part of the problem. When I come in and you are actively yelling, you are disrupting the
We're in
meeting.
recess right now, and there's no disruption happening, so catch up on things.
So-
before we start to
Okay.
summarize. Actively yelling.
So here's the thing, per the county commission and per the sheriff, if you are not going to have a seat or move down, I'm not asking you to remove your sign at all. I'm just asking you to move away a little ways from staff, that's all I'm asking.
Under what grounds? What am I doing wrong?
Because they
Now,
do,
remember, this is an ask. We're not being told under threat of arrest, so we're gonna decline.
Public building, a public meeting,
Thank
I
you.
can stand right here if I
okay,
want to
so
there.
here's the thing, I'm gonna,
Channel?
yes, Lieutenant Channel.
Oh,
So I'm
Lieutenant
gonna,
Channel?
I'm gonna ask you to
She's
move
asking,
down.
we're gonna decline.
I'm
Thank
not
But
you.
here's the
I'm
thing,
not
if you don't want to, then I do not have a choice but to ask you to leave. And it's
Okay,
actually
I'm
not an
gonna-
ask.
She's gonna ask
I'm not
us to
gonna
leave.
leave.
But it's actually not an ask.
is
I
it
am
then?
gonna
What
have
is it
to
then?
tell you to leave on behalf of the
I
county commission. They've
decline.
asked you
On behalf
to
of
And I
the
leave.
county
decline.
commission, okay, we're
Okay.
declining, thank you. Thank you, we're gonna decline that, thank you.
Okay, then you're gonna have to walk out with
I'm
me.
not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Okay, then per the sheriff, I'm gonna have to arrest you
Under, for what? What am I
Under
doing wrong?
what?
for disrupting a meeting.
We are not in, the meeting's in recess.
We cannot continue the meeting at this point.
No, they cannot continue the meeting, that's not on us, we just have a sign. And you have the whole room here saying it's not a
The
problem.
charge is disrupting a meeting? Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
We're in
actually it
recess
is.
right now.
How have
It
I,
is.
how have I
They
disrupted the
cannot,
meeting?
they cannot
We were
continue
silent
the
for the
meeting.
whole meeting, I've got evidence
How
that we
can
didn't
they?
disrupt the meeting, man.
Hold on,
Right
Michael.
now-
Hold on, Michael. How can they? How can they continue? How can they not continue the meeting? What am I doing that's
Here-
stopping the
Here's the
meeting?
thing, you have options.
No,
You can
I'm
either,
staying. Thank you, Channel.
okay,
Let's start the
well,
meeting
well,
then,
you're not
everybody.
though, that's
Here
the
we go.
problem. Okay, we'll have to-
Just look, interference public. Okay. Hey,
Interference with what?
Mr. Spears, you're under arrest. You need to place your hands on your back.
For disrupting a business meeting and refusing to leave.
For disrupting a meeting?
Take that, Michael. Take that.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it.
Okay, place your hands behind your backs for me. Thank you. Stay right there, don't move.
Disrupting a meeting. What's the charge, guys? Interference with what?
Interference with public duties.
Interference with public
With
duties.
failing to have a meeting continue, you're disrupting a public meeting.
So are those too tight for you? Yeah, they are. Let me check those for you.
This is free.
So I can fit two
speech.
fingers
Why did
in
you
there?
bother to ask me?
It's
They're
protected.
too tight to me, not your finger.
Okay, well, let's head out this way. We're gonna head to my car.
This is unfortunate. You're getting named in a lawsuit, child.
No, because look at
Hey, Michael, can you come pick me up if I get out tonight? We're gonna head right this way, sir. Oh, thank you.
In preparing for today's deposition, did you review the Board of County Commissioners video of the May 1, 2024 meeting?
The whole meeting?
Right.
The entire meeting?
Yeah.
No.
Did you review parts of that video?
Yes.
Okay, and did you review the parts where you appear?
I've reviewed some of the parts where I appear, yeah.
Okay. And during the parts that you reviewed, I mean, to the extent it was captured on microphone, does it accurately depict what was said?
Objective form.
Well, they muted parts of it, so no, because it doesn't accurately depict that, because they edited the official record of it.
What do you mean they edited the official record?
Well, they turned off the microphone.
Okay. As far as the parts that you could hear, is what you could hear accurate?
From all the videos I watched, or are you talking specifically?
I'm talking about this one for right now.
The county commission meeting that
Yes.
was posted on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
That was actually recorded. So they went into recess. Yeah.
okay. You mentioned earlier that you operate a YouTube page, correct?
That's right.
And do you have a video posted that captures the events of May the 1st, 2024 on your YouTube page?
A video?
Yes.
Yeah.
And did you prepare that video?
Yeah.
And did you watch that video to prepare for today's deposition?
Yeah.
Do you believe that the video posted on your page accurately captures all of the events on May the 1st, 2022 that you were involved in?
Well, so I think this is kind of a confusing question because you're saying a video. Which video are you specifically mentioning? Because I've posted videos and I've provided them all to you, the videos that I posted. So which video are you talking about?
I'm talking about the video that captures May the 1st, 2024. Have you posted more than one video that captures that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've given you guys that list.
How many of those videos did you watch to prepare for today's
I watched
deposition?
all those videos.
To prepare for today's deposition?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you capture some of the events from May the 1st, 2024 on your cell phone?
Yes.
And have other people provided you videos that they captured on their devices from that event?
Yes.
Who?
Michael Irby, and then I don't recall the names of where the other videos came from.
I believe you testified that you thought you arrived to that meeting maybe 1 or 2 minutes after it started. Is that right?
Roughly.
When you arrived, were there any seats available?
No.
When you arrived, did you hear the commissioners talking about an overflow room for people?
They said that much later in the meeting.
Okay. Did you ever go to the overflow room?
No.
Do you know whether there was seating available in the overflow room?
No.
Did you know there was an overflow room on the night?
I don't even know what an overflow room is,
Okay.
because there were people standing all throughout there, including news reporters, with a tripod that was actually out into the walkway. And as you can see on the video, you can see Channel walking. She has to like step over it. There's a walker. There's a walker there. She has to go around. So there were people that were standing throughout their overflow room or not.
Exhibit 6.
You've just been handed deposition Exhibit 6. Does Exhibit 6 appear to be a still shot from the May 1, 2024 meeting?
From the county commission camera?
Yes.
Yes,
You agree with me that's what it appears to be?
that's what it appears to be.
And are you able to see yourself in the exhibit?
Yes.
You were asked some questions earlier, sort of describing where you were located during the meeting when you were not addressing the commission. Does Exhibit 7 show the general location where you were standing during the meeting?
Objective form.
Yes, I'm standing there.
And were you standing there or in that general area the whole time you were at the meeting, other than when you were at the podium?
Up until the arrest, yes.
And I believe you mentioned earlier that you were standing by some empty tables. Are those the ones sort of just in front of the podium, kind of running horizontal across the picture?
Well, again, I think you're mischaracterizing what I said. I was standing next to a table, not empty tables, but yeah, that table right there.
And then in the picture, you can see sort of running up and down. On the left side, there's some more tables, and there are 3 people seated there. Do you see that?
On this side right here?
Yes.
Yeah,
And do you know who those people are?
yeah,
Are those commissioners?
they are.
And then sort of on the opposite side, closer to you, there's another row of tables. Do you see that?
I do.
And there's maybe 6 people seated there.
That's right.
Do you know who any of those people are?
I do.
Can you tell me the ones you know?
Currently, I know 2 of them, Sarah Plinsky and the guy sitting next to her, John Bullock, but I didn't know his name at the time.
And is Sarah Plinsky wearing the appears to be red or maybe orange clothing?
Yes,
And John Bullock is the person, it would be to her left in the picture?
that's right.
Okay. Do you know who any of those other people are?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. The one that's in the back row, directly behind Sarah Plinsky, I believe that's an LJ World reporter. His name's Austin Hornbostel.
And is he the one wearing the darker shirt or the lighter shirt?
Darker shirt.
And can you see yourself holding a sign in Exhibit 7? Oh, I'm sorry, Exhibit 6.
Yes.
And what does your sign say?
Women have more balls than Patrick, too.
And the Patrick in there would be Commissioner Kelly, is that
That's
right?
right.
Does your sign have anything on the back of it?
Yes.
What did it say on the back?
It said something like, keep fighting the liberal agenda.
On the evening of May the 1st, 2024, when was the first time you had any interaction with any Douglas County Sheriff's deputy?
When was it? What are
Correct.
you looking for, a time or what?
Yeah. Chronologically in the process, when's the first time that any deputy spoke to you?
I believe it was when Deputy Favre asked, she met with Sarah Plinsky and then came over and tried to intimidate me out of that spot by getting up on me and asking me to take a step back.
Not available, that may be something that is forthcoming from FAA in the future, and we would get it with an application.
And the language is structured to have very clear protection both for public airports as well as private airstrips. So within the scope of the regulation.
Beyond that, I do want to make a point of order before we start public comment and ask, Deputy, can you please have Justin just step back and stand near the wall? We've been very patient. You've made your point. You can still stand there. You've been very close to staff. And I would just like you to step back because there's a traffic way for folks that may be leaving the room after their public comment. So you can just stand right next to.
I'll let you know when I've made my point. Thank you. I don't care if you think I made my point.
So
I'll
I'm
let you know.
asking, I was speaking
No,
to
no,
you
thank
out
you.
of courtesy.
No, thank you.
And I'm asking the deputy to please have him step back against the wall.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I know
I'm
you're
not
not.
doing, yep, you know what?
Just step back here.
No.
I'm not touching anything, just step back.
For
You can
what?
stay
People can walk.
For what?
You're more than welcome to stay, just a
I
clear
don't,
path.
clear
Just a
path
clear
for
path
what?
for people for public comment. That's all it is. It's, so there's a good flow of travel for people.
According to you? According to you?
Just step back, sir, please.
No, it's fine right here. It's fine right here.
Sorry, that was me reading signs.
Is there a law being broken, Deputy?
No, sir.
Okay.
They just want to be.
Justin, the alternative is
Okay.
to leave the meeting.
Thank
So
you.
No, I'm good. I'll
please
stay.
take a
Just-
step back
I'll
and
stay.
just
Thank you,
allow
deputies.
traffic
Thank
I'll
you.
stay. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'll stay. I'm not breaking any laws. I'll stay.
Did that take place after you had approached the podium and spoke?
Happened after.
And were you standing in approximately the same place you are in Exhibit 6?
Yes.
And I believe you said that the deputy had, just prior to that, spoke to Sarah Plinsky. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you know what, did you hear anything from that conversation?
Yes.
What did you hear?
So, heard Sarah Plinsky say something about a charge. And Michael Irby had said, there's no charge, nothing has happened here. And both Plinsky and Favre are like, no, we're not saying a charge, we're not a charge, but you got to get him out of here. Sarah Plinsky says, you got to get him out of here.
There's no law being broken. You can't charge anything. Try it.
I'm not charging you.
You can't charge me. What are you talking about? You're not.
She says she's not. They asked her if she wants to trespass us, and she said
You can't trespass us. There's no law being broken. Did you guys literally ask them?
What the question was?
What was the question?
What was the question then?
I didn't ask a question.
What'd you ask?
I didn't ask anything.
She's saying she
Just
doesn't want to
asking for you
charge.
guys to leave. There's no charges.
What'd you guys say about trespass? What'd you say about
You can't make us leave,
Hold on a
Sarah.
second.
There's no
Hold
law
on.
broken.
Stop.
We can ask
What-
you to leave.
Too bad. We're not
We can
leaving.
decline.
Do you realize that you
need
guys are
them to
going to
make us
violate the
leave?
Constitution and we're going to sue over this? We're going to name you. I've got you on camera ordering it. They've tried to tell you that there's no law being broken. We've explained to you that there's no law being broken. But you're still going to do this. This is Cone v. California in a nutshell, lady. Do you not get that? This is Cone v. California in a nutshell. It's packaged. You haven't asked me to leave.
What did we do wrong to be asked to leave, sir? What did
She
we do
can't.
wrong?
There's no law being broken.
Commissioners have asked you to leave, that's all I'm gonna say.
I
There's no law being broken.
So they can just ask. We didn't do anything wrong. We just asked to leave, and we gotta go.
I need you to go over there. I need you to be paying attention to where both of you are.
Holy cow! Got your orders there, Nazi. Goodness. Uh-oh, there ain't nobody over here with me, Sarah. Look out.
Did you hear the deputy say anything in response?
I don't think she said anything in response.
And did she then come up and stand behind you?
I believe she did that when the meeting resumed.
Okay, and at that point, did the deputy say anything to you?
That's when she had said, well, when she approached me, she said, like I said earlier, she said, I'm asking you just to take a step back. That's it, just take a step back.
And did you respond to that?
I had said to the effect of, well, you're asking me, I'm fine to stand here, I'm good. You're
Okay.
asking me, but I'm going to stand here.
It was your perception, based on what the deputy said to you, that she was making a request, not an order?
She was asking me.
Okay. And did the deputy say anything in response to you?
No. Not that I recall.
And was that conversation while the meeting was on break, or was the meeting ongoing at that point?
I believe it was on a recess.
Okay.
They kind of would stop their meeting and not make it clear if they were going into a recess or not before they declared a recess.
Did the commissioners tell you that you could stay at the meeting and keep your sign, but they wanted you to stand back against the wall?
They had asked me, Shannon Reed had asked me that.
Okay, and what was your response to that?
Well, she had said, I think you've proven your point, which again is just more viewpoint discrimination. And I said, I'll tell you when I've made my point. It ain't up to you to tell me when I've made my point. I'll tell you when I've made my point. And that's what I said.
At some point in time, did you see Lieutenant Channel?
Yes.
And when did you first see Lieutenant Channel?
When she entered, well, when I turned to see that she had entered the room.
Okay, and what happened after you saw her enter the room?
Well, like I mentioned, she came walking in. She had to go around people that were actually standing in the aisle. You know, they're trying to say that I was blocking the aisle, but meanwhile, she's like, if it was a crime for me to stand in the aisle, she's like, going past other crimes being committed. As she gets there, she goes around the camera leg that's out in the aisle, the walker wheelchair thing that's out in the aisle.
Yeah, we got you.
Excuse me, could I get this moved just for a minute?
And then she approaches me, and the first thing she says to me is she lies. She gaslights me right away and says, well, when I walk into the room and you're actively yelling, that's an issue.
There is no law being broken.
So,
There is no law being broken.
okay, Mr. Spees and Mr. Irving.
There is no law
What I'm
being
gonna
broken.
ask, listen, what I'm gonna ask is that you just move down
No,
the way.
No, we're okay. Thank you. We
Okay,
decline.
well, here's part of the problem. When I come in and you are actively yelling, you are disrupting the
We're in
meeting.
recess right now, and there's no disruption happening, so catch up on things
So-
before we start accusing
okay.
lies. Actively yelling.
So here's the thing.
And I'm like, I wasn't actively yelling. You can look at the video. The video shows me standing there, and I asked Deputy Gonzalez, in just a normal conversational voice, you waiting for a sheriff to get here? You waiting for a sheriff to get here? You waiting for a sheriff to get here?
You waiting on the sheriff to get here?
Do you realize the views I'm gonna get off this, Patrick? This one's gonna go viral for sure.
You waiting on
Shut down the meeting for a half hour just because you guys couldn't handle a couple songs.
You waiting on the sheriff?
And Channel comes up and says I was actively yelling. Total lie. Total lie. Trying to use that as probable cause to arrest me. I didn't actively yell then. I didn't actively yell at any point in time throughout that. Any point in time.
Okay, so after she tells you that she has seen you yelling, what was your response to that?
She didn't say she had seen me yelling. She said, when I walk in and you're actively yelling.
Okay, and did you respond to that?
I said, like I just said, I wasn't actively yelling. What are you talking about, actively yelling? I wasn't actively yelling. Talking about? I knew she was lying to me. She's straight up lying to me. She made that up out of thin air. You can look at the video. I'm standing there talking to Gonzalez, asking him if the sheriff had been called. Matter of fact, nobody in that room was actively yelling when she walked in. It was a total lie, which is to be expected. They all lied on the report from the April 20th arrest as well. So it's totally expected they're going to come in and lie like that, because they know I wasn't doing nothing wrong.
What was the next thing that happened after she said that?
She said, okay, I'm going to, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm going to ask you, you don't have to, this isn't about your sign. I'm asking you to take a step back.
So here's the thing. Per the county commission and per the sheriff, if you are not going to have a seat or move down, I'm not asking you to remove your sign at all. I'm just asking you to move away a little ways from staff. That's all I'm asking.
And did you respond to that?
She, actually, what she addressed, this is the interesting part of it, is that she is addressing both me and Michael Irby. And same with the commission. The commission had also directed him. And I was the only one that got arrested. Yeah, somebody needs to explain that to me. So she initially starts talking to me and Michael, and she calls him Mr. Irby, or Ravi. But I'm the only one that's taken out of there in handcuffs. And she says, just asking for you to just take a step back. And I said, I decline. I decline. I'm going to stand here. This is a public meeting, public forum, public building. I can stand here if I want to, Channel. Let's start the meeting. And she says, well, here's the thing. I don't have any other choice but then to ask you to leave the meeting. And I said again, I'm not leaving the meeting. I have a right to be here. Let's start the meeting. She said, well, that's the issue. They can't start the meeting. And Michael Irby says, well, they're in recess. What are you talking about? They're not preventing this meeting from going forward. They're in recess. And I asked her to clarify, well, how exactly am I stopping this meeting from going forward? This is absurd. I'm not doing nothing. And she says, well, unfortunately, if you don't step back, then I have no other choice to ask you, and I'm not asking you, I'm telling you to leave. And I said, I'm not leaving. And she says, well, then I have no other choice, but then by the power of authority of Sheriff Armbruster and the county commission, you're going to be under arrest.
Under what grounds? What am I doing wrong?
Because they do.
Now remember, this is an ask. We're not being told under threat of arrest, so we're going to decline.
Building a public meeting.
Thank you.
I can stand right here if I
Okay,
want to.
so here's the thing. I'm gonna.
Channel?
Yes, Lieutenant Channel.
Oh, Lieutenant
So
Channel?
I'm gonna ask you to
She's
move
asking,
down.
we're going to decline. Thank
But
you.
here's the thing, if you don't want to, then I do not have a choice but to ask you to leave. And it's
Okay,
actually
she's
not
gonna-
an ask.
She's going to ask
I'm not
us to
gonna
leave
leave.
again.
But it's actually not an ask.
is
I'm
it?
gonna
What
have
is it
to
then?
tell you to leave on behalf of the
I
county commission.
decline.
They've
On
asked you
behalf of
to.
the
I
county
decline.
commission? Okay, we're declining. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to decline that. Thank you.
Okay, then you're gonna have to walk out.
I'm not leaving.
We're going to decline. Thank you.
Okay, then for the sheriff, I'm gonna have to arrest.
Which is an interesting statement. So, which shows that, they ordered that arrest. And then she directed Coleman to place me under arrest.
Under what? Under what? Under,
For disrupting a meeting.
we are not in, the meeting's in recess.
We cannot continue the meeting at this point.
No, they cannot continue the meeting. That's not on us. We just have a sign. And you have the whole room here saying it's not a problem.
Charge is disrupting a meeting? Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
We're in
actually
recess
it is.
right now.
How have I
They
disrupted the
cannot,
meeting?
they cannot
We were
continue
silent for the
meeting.
whole meeting. I've got evidence that we didn't disrupt the meeting, man.
Hold on,
Right now.
Hold on, Michael. How can't they? How can't they continue? How can they not continue the meeting? What am I doing that's stopping the
Here's
meeting?
the thing, you have options.
No,
You can
I'm
either,
staying. Thank you, Channel.
okay,
Let's
well,
start the meeting
well,
there,
you're not,
everybody.
though,
Here we
that's the
go.
problem.
Just hook them, interference public. Okay.
You're gonna interference with what?
Mr. Spears, you're under arrest.
For what?
You need to place your hands behind your
For
back. You're under
disrupting a
arrest.
business meeting and refusing to leave.
For disrupting a meeting?
Take that, Michael. Take that. No, get your hands off.
I've got it.
Okay, place your hands behind your back for me. Thank you. Stay right there, don't move.
Disrupting of meeting. What's the charge, guys? Interference with what?
Interference with public duties.
Interference with public duties.
Failing to have a meeting continue, you're disrupting a public meeting.
Sir, are those too tight for you?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, let me check those for you.
This is free.
Okay, so I can fit 2 fingers in there?
It's protected.
Tight to me, not your finger.
Okay, well let's head out this way. We're gonna head to my car,
Causing
sir.
the problem.
You're good, you can let go.
Hey, Michael, can you come pick me up?
We're gonna head right this
tonight?
way, sir. We're gonna head right this way, sir.
And did she say anything else to you?
No.
Did Coleman say anything to you?
He said, Mr. Spears, put your hands behind your back.
Okay, and did you do that?
Yeah.
And so at that point, did they put you in handcuffs?
Yep, he put me in handcuffs.
Okay, and then did he take you from there to the jail?
He did.
And did you have any discussion with him on the way to the jail?
No.
How long were you at the jail?
Well, roughly the same. I'd say 3 hours or so. And in the jail, I had asked him, I said, hey, Coleman, what exactly does that 215922 statute says? And he says, well, he said he didn't know. He said, you can Google it. And I said, well, don't you think it's more important for you to know what that statute says? Because there's nothing in that statute that says I did anything that would be an element for probable cause on that, and he needed to know that statute, not me. And so then the prosecuting attorney, declined to even pursue that charge, sent me a notarized letter and everything saying, not going to pursue this one, not going to do that for what Armbruster did there. Not going to happen on that illegal arrest for the second time.
Let me back you up. So the prosecutor sent you a letter notifying you that she was not going to pursue the charge?
I didn't say that.
Okay, what did you say?
I said she had a notarized letter that said that.
All right. Is that the only correspondence that you have had with the prosecutor about this charge?
What do you mean by correspondence?
I mean, has she ever talked to you about it by phone, letter, email, text message, anything like that?
About the charge?
About the fact that she was declining to charge.
So you mean written correspondence?
I mean any correspondence, verbal, written.
Well, no, she hasn't sent me any there's been no other written correspondence. I had approached her and asked her if she would charge Armbruster with battery and kidnapping since he lost qualified immunity on that. Meaning it was an unlawful arrest and he should never put his hands on me, and that if I were to walk up to somebody, especially him, and have done the exact same thing, I said, if you walk up to somebody, you put your hands on them illegally, force their arms behind their back and put constraints on them, force them into a car, drive them off to a place and lock them away, take away their freedom, would that be considered battery and kidnapping? And I would like those charges pressed against him.
Suzanne, my arrest on May 1st. My arrest on May 1st. So you're not charging. So I want to know, are you going to charge Armbruster for battery and kidnapping since he wasn't supposed to touch me or remove me from that meeting? I was exercising my constitutional rights.
I always welcome you, Mr. Speed.
Is it funny?
It's not funny.
Are you going to record
welcome
him
you.
for battery and kidnapping? Will you charge Jay Armbruster? You're not gonna. Why would you not? Why would you not? He put his hands on me and removed me in handcuffs for no reason. Is that not a crime?
How do you want to take those two?
Are we allowed to do that, Suzanne?
Yes, I appreciate
We can put our hands on each other and put them in handcuffs and remove them from buildings? We're allowed to do that? Were you just talking about community safety?
Do we want to,
How safe is that for me if I can just stand there and get removed, kidnapped and battered? How safe is that? I want to talk.
Actually, the sheriff's over there. You should go talk to him.
I want to know if you're going to charge it, is the question. He battered me and kidnapped me. Are you going to press charges against him? I'd like to press charges against him.
I think it was a pretty good forum.
Why is that funny?
Good forum.
Why is that funny?
I'm really glad you came.
Good to see you out here.
And thank
Can you answer my question?
Thank
Will you charge him?
Thank you for coming.
Will you charge him? Why or why not?
We really are so glad you're
Why
here.
will you not? Why will you say if you would charge him?
So do we need to, shall we go ahead and pack up?
Yeah, let's pack up. Let's head back out to the Juneteenth celebration.
and that was the correspondence that we had.
Okay. Any correspondence about the May 1 arrest?
That is that. Yeah, that is that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has she ever articulated to you why she declined to press charges?
No.
Okay. Have you told me everything you remember Lieutenant Channel saying to you on May the 1st?
I believe so.
What about Deputy Coleman?
Coleman had asked me when he put the cuffs on if the cuffs were too tight, and I told him they had, and then he checked them, and he said that they weren't too tight. And that was that. And then the conversation that I asked him and that I just told you about of asking him what the statute said and him saying I could just Google it, and me telling him that I think it's more important that he knows the statute and he understands what it means to see if I met any of the elements for probable cause. That was it.
During the conversation with Channel that you were telling me about a minute ago, was the commission meeting on break at that time?
They were on a recess.
Okay. And just prior to that recess, were you asked to step back from where you were standing?
By who?
By one of the commissioners?
At some point prior to that, I had been asked, like I just had said, to step back against the wall.
Is it true that the commission, at some point in the meeting, they took a 5-minute break, or they announced they were going to take a 5-minute break? Do you recall that?
A recess, yes.
Okay. And did they resume the meeting after that recess?
Yes.
And when they resumed that meeting, is that when you were asked to step back?
Yes.
And you declined, true?
I don't think I even responded.
Okay. And after they asked and you didn't respond, did the commission go on another recess immediately after that?
They took another recess immediately. I don't know what you'd mean by that, but they took a second recess.
And is that when Lieutenant Channel approached you?
During that recess.
Did they
believe
articulate, sorry, did any of the commissioners articulate why they were taking that second recess?
To me, no. They had directed some guy named Chad to do something to get the sheriff. They had directed Chad to get the sheriff. That's why I was asking Gonzalez if the sheriff was coming, because they had made the order to some guy named Chad to go get the sheriff. They said, it's time. Go get the sheriff.
Do you know who Chad is?
I know he's a county employee. I didn't know it at the time, but he's a county employee. I don't know what his title is.
Just to be clear, did the sheriff ever show up on May the 1st while you were present?
I don't know.
Did you ever see him?
I never saw him.
You never interacted with him at all on May the 1st?
I never interacted with him, but he could have been out in the parking lot.
Okay. You don't know one way or the other?
I assumed he was.
Well, I'm not asking what you assume. I'm asking if you know whether he was out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do know that?
Oh, no, I'm saying, I hear what you're saying. I've already answered that question.
Okay, you agree with me, you don't know whether he was out there?
I don't know if he was out there.
Okay. Are you making any claim for out-of-pocket expenses associated with either the April 20th, 2022 or the May 1st, 2024 arrest?
Out-of-pocket expenses in terms of?
Money you've spent as a result of either of those arrests.
Can you pull the claim up and we'll see what it says?
Well, I think we looked at it earlier and it identified, you making a claim for compensatory damages. What I'm trying to determine is whether part of that includes out-of-pocket expenses of some kind.
What does it say in the complaint?
Well, it doesn't say. That's why I'm asking.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say
what
what
I'm asking for.
It doesn't say what the compensatory damages are for. So that's why I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, I'm claiming whatever in that complaint.
Right, and what you're claiming in the complaint is just $500,000. I want to know where that figure comes from.
Well, but that's not what you asked me. What did you ask me?
I asked if any part of that figure comes from out-of-pocket expenses that you have incurred associated with either of those arrests.
Out-of-pocket expenses?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, tell me what those out-of-pocket expenses were.
Lawyers' fees.
Okay, and for which lawyers?
Criminal defense and civil.
Okay, and I don't need to get into the civil part of that because that's a whole separate deal, but how much have you spent for criminal defendant attorney's fees associated with either of those arrests?
Is that attorney-client privilege?
Only if you're not, I mean, if you're claiming it as damages, I'm entitled to know the number.
I've spent thousands of dollars defending the arrest.
Thousands of dollars for criminal defendant attorney's fees?
That's right.
How many thousands of dollars?
I'd have to go back and look.
I mean, is it more than $10,000?
I'd have to go back and look.
Okay, I mean, could it be more than 10 sitting here today?
Could be.
Could it be more
It's pretty
than
expensive.
50?
I'd have to go back and look.
Well, let me ask you, do you have invoices associated with the money you spent?
Yeah.
Okay, so we could go through and determine the actual number.
It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than attorney's fees, have you incurred any other out-of-pocket expenses associated with these two arrests?
No.
Let's take 5, I may be done.
Okay, I'll take us off the record at 1:11. We're back on the record at 1:17.
I just have one question. Who was the prosecutor that you spoke to about pressing charges against Sheriff Armbrister?
Well, I've spoken to 2 prosecutors.
And who have you spoken to?
At the time, it was Suzanne Valdez, and then the current one, Dakota Loomis.
And which one were you speaking to that you told me about earlier?
Valdez.
Okay, and tell me about the other conversation.
With?
The current prosecutor.
I had approached him and said I was looking to get his help on something because I explained what had happened, that Armbrister unlawfully arrested me, had no probable cause to lay his hands on me, and because of that, then he shouldn't have done that. And that if it was me going up and like putting my hands on you and then putting your hands behind your back and putting restraints on them and then forcing you into my car and driving you off to my house and locking you away in a room, you would call that battery and kidnapping. And so I'd like to press those charges on Armbrister there. He said, and I said, I got it all on video. And he said he'd be willing to take a look at the video.
Hey, Dakota. Yeah. I need your help with something.
Okay.
All right. So back on May 1st this past year, I was at the county commission meeting. And I was unlawfully arrested for standing with a sign. I was engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. Previous DA declined to press charges. They were trying to get me with interfering with a public meeting.
Okay.
And so since I should have never been arrested because I was engaged in a constitutionally protected activity, Would you pursue charges against Armbruster and Lieutenant Channel and Deputy Coleman for battery and kidnapping and probably extortion? Keep me in the jail. I just bail myself out for $750.
It was May 1st of 2024 was the date.
Yep.
So I have no issue going to look at anything, those reports and whatnot. That being said, like, I can't commit to doing anything to actually know what went on, so let me look at it, okay?
What would you like to see?
Whatever the reports were, and if there's anything that came out of that I can actually review, but without anything to review, it's kind of hard to say yay or nay about anything, if that makes sense.
So, like a police report, is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily. I mean, if there's any and all information that could be available about that. I mean, there's booking reports, obviously. There's all that kind of stuff. Whatever internal documents we have that for the review of the charging, some stuff sent over, obviously. So let me take an internal look at that, okay?
I appreciate it. I have the whole thing recorded, so I can send you video as well. And just to let you know, it's all part of it's been added to a lawsuit that I filed against Armbruster in the county as well, because like I said, it was a constitutionally protected activity. Yeah. So the entire thing is recorded. I can send you that as well.
Was it a public meeting too? Was that?
It was a public meeting.
Was it recorded as well then?
It was the Douglas County Commission meeting. Now, they went into recess a couple of times throughout, but I have the whole thing recorded as well. So.
Okay. I can check both those then. If you want to send those over to the district attorney email.
District attorney email?
Yeah, it's just a district attorney at dgcoks.gov.
Okay.
And this attention to me, I'll go from there, okay?
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thanks, congratulations on getting elected.
All right.
All right. We'll see you around.
Okay, anything else about that conversation?
What about?
Is there anything else that you two discussed that you have not told me about yet?
That's it.
Okay. I don't have anything further.
Just really quickly, I failed to ask you, you don't currently live in Douglas County, is that true?
That's true.
Okay, when was the last time you resided in, or were a resident of Douglas County? Okay, thank you, those are all the questions I had.
We will read and review.
Yeah, take us off the record at 119.